What's going on, everybody? I'm CaptainRoBear, and this is Rare Drop Roleplay Reckoning Hour number 3. Let's go. Woo-woo. It's officially
I'm just excited. It's Tuesday. It's not a Monday. It's not me. It's a Tuesday.
We got through the sophomore slump here on episode 3.
We haven't been canceled yet.
I mean, with all those ones we were rolling, it was a little harrowing there for a minute.
Oh, some good old dice-induced drama. That's what we live for over here.
It's been good.
Thank you guys for everyone who's hanging out in the chat, blowing it up early, giving us all that support over here on the stage. You guys are wonderful. Thank you guys for coming along the journey with us. So, we get to dive back in. Reck, do you have any announcements for this week?
Yep, ready to play.
Ready to rock? Alex, you got any announcements?
No.
Riles, got any announcements this week?
The world is on fire, but Black Lives still matter. That's all.
There we go.
Riley, you good? You still there? Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. We'll get a little bit of connection drop from you on your side.
Ooh, let me scooch up.
Oh, you got any announcements this week?
All the rare drop stuff as normal, guys. Schedule came out Monday morning. Got a whole week lined up with Kyle A. Bear, known as the narrator from Dragon Ball Z, Adult Gohan. A bunch of cool stuff going on with him and the rare drop crew this week. Other than that, just your normal scheduling. You'll probably catch some more roleplay tomorrow, Wednesday evening, with the boys as they begin their campaign fulfillment, do their character creation. Otherwise, it's going to be a real normal week here, and you'll see us every night.
Is it just session 0 tomorrow? Is it just
Session 0, I believe.
okay? Oh man, that's going to be ridiculous in itself.
It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one.
I love it. Only announcement over here. If you guys want to talk about the episode after the episode, make sure to @ me on Twitter at CaptainRoBear. Let's talk about the episode. Let's get some threads going, and let's meme it out. Yes, find me after the campaign at CaptainRoBear. We get to pick up in some high drama.
Whew. Aren't we picking up in the plains tonight?
Yeah, almost home. Almost home. So last week,
Go ahead.
on Reckoning Hour, as our party descended down the Dagger Mountains into the Whispering Gorge, you guys encountered a caravan, which you observed once again from your tucked away position up above, as you decided to take the offense and to take matters in your own hand, assuming they might be bandits as well, protecting your Thunder Chicken egg in tow. The Thunder Rocks egg, for which you came for, the whole reason you have went up this mountainside. You guys engaged in combat, encountering a werejackal and a mysterious sheik from which you flush from their location. As you guys found your way through combat, taking a few lumps in the process, with Dune receiving a bite from that werejackal. You guys hopped on camels in pursuit of the sheik, as him and the man with the mysterious steampunk goggles made their way out of the Whispering Gorge. After everyone else's camels gave out, it was Simling who was able to reach the sheik. With Godwin in tow on back, that is where we will pick up, in the open plains in between the Whispering Gorge, headed towards Helmfirth. Now in a standoff exhausted camels staring back at each other. A very winded simile. The sheik dressed in purple, fine robes, on the back of one of his very unornate camels, simply just crosses his arms, looking back at you with his beady eyes and freshly oiled beard. Man that you've interacted with before. So this is how it will be.
I mean, if you say so.
You were not there.
That's
It
true.
It's me and it's
just you and Gawain. Just you and Gawain, right?
Yeah.
We'll settle for the spices that you promised, and go no further.
I'm not sure if we can trust in that arrangement anymore after this pursuit. Similarly, I want you to
You
roll a
broke that
persuasion check
Let's fucking go. Excuse me, let's go.
with disadvantage.
A disadvantage, so twice.
Yes. Yeah.
Nat 20!
Folks, we're getting the game started right.
That is beautiful. They didn't see the roll, but there it goes.
19
God,
on
a
the second one, too.
20 to 19, that's beautiful.
Woo!
Setting the bar high over here.
We just started, right? Riles.
We're using it all up. We only have so much. So many good rolls, and
We know it's not me.
now what was that? Persuasion?
It was persuasion.
I
Persuasion.
Finally, the sheik speaks up. Just spices. That is what you want. Murdering. Without even an introduction. Fine. Take the spices. Everything is back where we told you it was. Back in the gorge behind the two small jackals.
Then why'd you run?
Spices are
You
the
had-
least of my concern.
You had your werejackal attack us, and then you abandoned everything behind. So it seems as if there might be something more valuable than the spices that you entirely disregarded.
I can make more spices. I can tap in to more resources. You killed my miner. If you wanted something of actual value, you should have kept him.
Well, we've got his mining material.
Sure. Keep the tools of a dead man. It is your choice.
Bro, we were having a convo. We were having a nice little convo. We were coming to an agreement, and then you had your werejackal attack us. Like, we were ready to have a conversation. We were ready to be heard.
Jada speaks up for the first time. After you attacked us, you expect us to form some sort of parlay with you? After you killed 2 of our hired servants?
Our clumsy Aesmir fell in Cliff, which... let me tell you, that wasn't the first time it's happened. Probably won't be the last time. But was then ambushed, and, you know, like, I can't get over this. Like, we didn't attack you first, bro. We really didn't. We were willing to come to an understanding, but there was an ambush mentality coming from your side of the camp. I would love to assemble my group and have a conversation about this. But at this point, I'm not letting you go anywhere. Well, I'm still trying to figure out what is so valuable to you that you needed to run away from us.
Maybe it's true what they say. The Sheik speaks back on. That there are no real bandits in the Whispering Gorge. Just groups passing by, continually assuming that each other is the bandit.
Mm.
Or maybe not. Maybe the Whispering Gorge puts ideas in people's heads and turns them into the bandits who just couldn't resist. We have left the spices. They're yours. But remember this. You have now interfered with destiny. And that rests on you. Come, Jada. Before we live or die and not see another day. As they begin to back up with their camels.
Godwin!
I don't know what we're gonna have to make a decision. And we're gonna have to make it quick before the rest of them come here.
Mm-hmm.
I back your play. But there's something else going on here and you know it.
There's something up!
Back to the regular group. Dune, I believe you were the last or the second to last person.
Yeah. Yep.
You would have arrived on the scene.
I'm gonna gallop up next to. Well, can camels gallop? I don't think they really gallop. But
It's a derpy gallop.
Yes. No, camels can fully gallop.
You know, I'm gonna come next to Semley and Godwin. What's going on?
They left the spices back. They left the spices back at the gorge. They're being shady. I think something's up.
Okay.
Can I roll a perception check or something?
Insight.
Insight. Okay. I see my insight. All right, so I'm rolling an insight check. +1, 13. 13. What is insight?
Insight is when you're trying to tell if someone is telling you the truth or their intentions.
For sure. So it's directly tied to okay.
Well, everyone is sweaty and exhausted from this chase.
Yeah.
The Sheik and his servant Jana haven't wavered. They certainly seem to be telling the truth about the spices as they did before.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's tied to this dwarven miner seems to be their pocket ace.
Okay.
In the short time, you will be able to relay this information back over to Dune.
I think they are being truthful about the spices. I just think that something's up with the miner. We killed their miner and they seemed upset about that. That might be where where their mind is at.
Anything else that they say? Anything of note, really?
I don't think so. I relayed everything. They said that camels can gallop.
Sheik al-Mahai. What are you doing with a lone dwarven miner? That won't alone bring you any riches. What kind of expedition was this? Trial, test mines? Looking for something in particular? I'm just curious.
Godwin, is there anything particular in the Whispering Gorge that we would know about?
Nothing in the gorge for them. They were headed to the mountains. They were going further north. I have told you. You are the ones who have interfered with prophecy.
First of all, your
Action.
men tried
He's
to
on.
kill me.
As
I
you
slipped.
skulked around Dark.
I slipped down a mountainside coming to talk to you.
How convenient.
You're kind of a skulker.
Goodness. You know, I'm going to turn to something. You know, once in a while, it'd be really nice if they assumed the Asimir to be good as they naturally are. Just once. Can we just...
The Sheik staring back at Dune. Well, it looks like you will be having quite the interesting ride the next 24 hours. Staring back at your bite. No amount of cinnamon will help you there, Asimir.
Would your court mage happen to be any of assistance? And what would that price be?
There is no cure for the cursed.
Or do you just not want to help? I do believe we have a dwarf in our presence. What's so desperate about that mine?
They got a point. There are limitations to what I can do. It certainly doesn't mean that I have the tools to get it done, dude.
The tools are back at camp. You wouldn't come this far without the proper tools.
It's not these kind of tools. We're talking about a curse here, dude.
I was talking about going to help him with the mine so the court wizard would, fix me, but yeah. Crazier things have happened.
Just assume we're all good miners, do you?
If you weren't, you would have said otherwise.
It's in our blood, but I didn't say it was that good. At this point, Caius, you have arrived on scene. Winded, but there.
Caius, all the spices are back at the gorge. They are headed off towards the north, towards the mountains. We have seemed to mess with prophecy and or destiny by killing the mining dwarf.
Does anybody know what this prophecy is?
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm not a prophet.
Can I roll a history check for that? I assume I wouldn't know anything.
And the random knowledge of prophecies, go for it.
Sure. I figure I might as well try. Let's like if I'm gonna waste a 1, I might as well waste a 1
Yeah.
here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
Valid.
yeah, I'll waste the 2 now. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I gotta get my bad rolls out right now. You know, like roll as
I
many
mean,
times
it
as
makes it makes sense. He would have no point of reference.
exactly.
I mean, like as an Asimir, he legitimately would have no point of reference. Like unless he were capable of spending time with people, which he hasn't and didn't because his race is in its entirely detested by anybody that lives and breathes. Like he legitimately would have no ability to have this knowledge.
Yep.
Unless there were something that were specifically tied to the divine.
It's like the Red Pillman version of ASMRs. Good God. Let the hate out of your heart. Nothing strikes your fancy, Dune. But that doesn't mean there isn't one.
I'm drawing a blank. Anybody else got anything in regards to prophecies regarding dwarves and mines?
But I think I'd had a question about the werejackal. Maybe that might be tied into the prophecy or something like that.
Jada the servant speaks up. There is no tie between that werejackal curse and what we are looking for. Now you are marked by the sands, just as many have before. But that is not why we were in the mountains. It's time to make a decision. We're willing to die for our cause. You need to decide if you want to.
Oh. It's up to you guys.
What's in it for us?
Adventure.
We still have an egg to deliver.
Spirit of adventure. That's
We do have that egg.
We still have an egg. But I'm down for a fight.
You're always down for a fight.
Oh yeah.
Not that I'm upset. Godwin, do you think mentioning the egg would be of any importance here?
You just did it.
That is true. I did.
You did.
Do they care about the egg?
That's a good question.
We didn't say what kind of egg though. I just said an egg.
That's true.
Arxkis, at this point in time, you two have now arrived.
Aww. I thought I didn't have. No, I thought I didn't have a camel. I thought I was
Yeah, I don't
safely
think he had a
back in the
camel.
camp. I was
we
knocked
had-
off
we had
and the
camels
camel
for
ran
everyone.
away.
We had camels
No,
for everybody. You had a rough time. If you
No,
want to be,
I-
if you want to be back at the camp, you can certainly be back at the camp.
I would like to be back at the camp.
You're good.
Bitch. Excuse me.
Yeah, I thought he was flat on his back.
Yeah, no, I was flat on my back. The camel kicked me off because I tried to jump on it and it said nah, and then it took off.
Camels don't say nay. Those are horses. But yes, any quadruped, that's the term for their fastest movement, gallop. Just getting back to that fun fact.
There you go.
So you're here?
I
Went back at camp.
Yeah, he's back.
You're back at the camp. Okay.
So that is why you are here. Chasing mythical beasts. For money.
Oh.
You can take all the spices in the world. All the rock eggs. It will matter not if this world isn't here anymore.
I think we gotta kind of chase down this lead, folks.
How are we gonna get him to tell us what we need to know? He certainly doesn't need the egg, and he certainly doesn't need the spices. Unfortunately.
That's true. He does not care at all about the egg.
What about the mining equipment?
I think Godwin already mentioned he is not the mining type.
Well, yeah, let's just
I didn't
offer up
say-
the.
I'm not a professional, but I know my way around the mountainside. I can get the job done. That's not the point.
I was thinking of what we had that they might find of value, and that's the only thing we have that they've mentioned.
Well, what are they looking for on the mountain? Did they say that?
No, they haven't told us.
I mean, at this point, they're looking to stop the world from ending.
Can we persuade them into telling us?
Yeah.
Matter of destiny, as one might have said.
A matter of prophecy, one might say as well.
Apparently, I'm
She-
not good at talking. You can talk.
Sheik, tell us more about this prophecy. About this destiny that we've meddled with. Please.
Why should I?
Because
interfered.
I
In my purpose. Why else would I be here in a small caravan? Away from my people. Where I can comfortably sit on my throne. Sell and trade and do as I wish. But no, I am here. Headed through the cold north.
Well, if you go back to that throne, you can have us help you figure out what's going on here. Back to your throne, lickety split.
Would a persuasion check work here?
Yeah, how are you gonna persuade?
Persuasion. With my Centaurian wiles.
I guess if they tell us what they're looking for, that we would go along and be the muscle for it.
Mm-hmm.
RP it.
You guys talk to him. Apparently, I'm not having any luck since I apparently started the fight.
Apparently.
They wanted to take all my shit, strip me, and send me off in the desert to die. I'm
You
pretty
wouldn't
sure.
have had that problem if you didn't fall off the cliff.
I'm not disputing my clumsy.
Not wrong there.
I'm
Okay,
disputing
Caius,
my...
do you want to give it?
Go for it.
Want to give it a shot, Caius?
Sure. I'm no stranger to prophecy, Sheik. However, we're willing to aid you on this quest of destiny if you could go into a bit more detail on what you're seeking within the mountain.
Roll a persuasion check. Nine plus your modifier. What's that again?
9 plus 3.
12. So you would come. Kill members of our party for roles that we already had filled. Now you want to replace them. All for something you know nothing of. Fine. If coin is what you worship, turning back will only set me farther away from my destiny. What are your fees for protection? I'm listening.
I'm gonna whisper to Semley. I figure we only ask him for what he promised to give us in the first place. I don't feel
I
like
say
he's
half.
an enemy.
Let's
do half.
let's bring it up. Let's say half. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be. Maybe it's just glory. Maybe it's just half the glory. I don't know. Let's just ask for half.
I overhear you guys whispering.
Yeah. Come here.
We need to be smart about this because
Okay.
we don't know how dangerous this quest will be.
Valid.
I'm not worried about myself, but for the rest of the group, we need to make sure that we don't lose anybody, even though this is our olive branch for murdering their crew.
I'm good with
True.
not even asking for anything. But
I'm
that's just me.
saving the world, stopping the end. You know, fulfilling the prophecy. That seems like reward in itself enough.
There's
almost.
plenty of stuff in between. I'm not too worried about it.
Right?
Besides,
Well,
we did murder his crew.
maybe we can discuss payment after the quest.
If we could talk about my possible lycanthropy, that'd be nice.
Okay,
That's about all I'm concerned about.
let's go with let's talk about payment when the job is done, and also ask if this fool's gonna turn into a werejackal.
It'd be nice to know.
Okay.
Your lead, Caius.
At this time, Sheik, we did not ask for payment. We can discuss more when the job is done. However,
How can I trust that? From the same people who have dispatched of my hired hands, who have asked to take my spices, all of a sudden, no longer worship the coin they seek. Now you've become hard to read.
Passage is different than a quest. Besides, I'm far more interested in my curse than any payment that you may be able to provide.
Jada speaks up. You've seen the look in Keely's eyes as he pulls up his goggles. You see the same wily look underneath them before he pulls them back down. just for that fleeting moment as he does. It's almost hard for him to resist as you see short spout of fur up over his forearms and his fingernails along back out before they shrink back down to his normal size. In 48 hours, I would not stare at the moon, my friend.
And what else? Or have you found a way to just not?
I think it is pretty clear that I've had to come with exhaustive means to handle my situation. Even the most disciplined of people, and before our lycanthropy, Kaylee was. We could barely function with her in her form. It could take you years.
I've been here a while. I figure you always got to learn a new trick or two. I'm always willing to learn. And occasionally fall and stumble down a cliff.
So, you want to arrange terms to take on as our hired hands to protect our encampment while we test mine. And you want nothing in return except for some karmic kind of reimbursement.
Of course, we'll determine everything at the end.
No, you will make a decision. You will do this for karma, or you will do this for coin. The choice is yours.
I feel that. What do we do, guys?
I've already made my preference clear.
We'll probably have plenty of coin with the egg, assuming that it makes it through this extra journey.
This...
That dark tiefling is a little too interested in that egg to let it just disappear.
Our tiefling friend is not here to decide that.
You're not wrong.
What a great reply. Yeah, I guess, the bag is there and you want to snatch the bag, but yes, you also want to feel good, getting stuff done. Like, am I just doing this because I'm a good person? Am I doing this because I think we should do this for the karma.
I'm fine as such. Godwin, you?
I'm willing. There's something more here, and I don't know what it is. But considering we don't have another job lined up, fine. We'll do right, but I have one condition. Jada. I'm gonna be looking for a cure for my friend. That means we should start looking for a cure for two. If that's what it takes to get back in the good graces, I'm happy to oblige.
To the next adventure, friends.
Right. and we will reconvene back at camp. We will set the order straight. It seems that you still have one last delivery to make. And let us go by escort back to where you are headed.
That works for me.
Fine. As they turn both their camels back around and begin to slowly head back to camp. I don't know what to think about all this. But they know we have the egg. Whether they said they weren't interested or not, that's not usually how antiquities go with sheiks that I know of. So hold it close, Simile.
I'm not letting it out of my cipher.
At least I'm not carrying it anymore. Apparently, I'm a little too accident prone on that trip.
Apparently.
It's usually more I miss a dagger, not I fall down a cliff. Sometimes that dagger hits a friend, but that's not what we're talking about.
As the rest of the group all begins to make their way back to camp, Arxicus, you've been back at the camp.
Yep.
What have you been doing while everyone else has been gone?
Searching the bodies.
Love it. Love it.
Something was weird and nobody was paying attention to it because they were too busy letting the stupid Asimir get bitten by the were-thing. So, specifically starting with the miner and his buddy. Actually, order of operations is miner and his buddy, the tent that the sheik fled from, and then over to the dead were-thing.
All right, let's start one piece at a time. Top of your list.
What are we doing? We doing an investigation, or what do we want?
Just let me know what's top of your list again.
The bigger miner guy, not the little shifty one.
Yeah,
What's his name?
the human. Roll me an investigation check.
Oh, sick. Nope. At 16 and 5 is 21.
You find 250 gold pieces. Quite a bit for a traveler. As you scan over what's on their body, you find some simple merchant tools, a small scale. In particular, a very ornate pocket watch. And a keen magnifying glass. Everything on this man's body screams merchant.
Merchant or appraiser?
For you to decide.
Let me hit an arcane check too, real quick. If I could.
Go for it.
Specifically on the scale and the magnifying glass. But looking at the wrong thing. Oh my God. Boom. And then +2, so 22.
Just trying to sense not only the magic on this man, but with that nat 20 of the entire encampment. None of his tools seem to be magically imbued. They seem to be of high quality, but not magical. You can definitely feel that curse radiating from the werejackal's body, just now shrunken back into her human form. Wafts of magic from the servant Jada pertain around the sheik's tent and streaks back to where the dimension door towards the other camels. The only other strong presence seems to hover around the sheik's actual tent.
Dope. Not unforeseen. Curiouser and curiouser, one might say. Cool. So I'm gonna snag all the goodies. None of this is lacking context. None of this is lacking purpose. So I'm gonna pocket that gold and grab the tools as well.
Got it. What was your next
And
piece?
Dwarf buddy.
Roll an investigation check.
I feel it in my bow. He says, +5 is 22.
You find everything that you would think you would find on a miner. Adventurer's pack, mining pack, all the tools needed to set up a test mine. About 40 gold pieces.
Any scripts or instructions of any kind, or we just basic test mine gear?
All functional gear, no plots, no course.
Excellent. Cool. I will arrange the mining equipment away from the bodies. We'll say between the bodies and the tent. I'll grab the stuff and like kind of scooch it away for the purpose of, one, being respectful of the dead, because even tieflings don't fuck with the natural order unless they absolutely have to, and make my way towards the sheik's tent.
As you throw back the curtains on the sheik's tent.
Oh, I also pocket the 40 gold pieces, obviously.
You stare into plush conditions for a tent on the road. Plenty of crushed velvet, good seating, even a small bowl of fresh fruit. Look over towards a nightstand, that peace that's been radiating. A small ornate lockbox. Purple and gold. Engravings of a small key. An owl on top of it.
Let me hit a history. That's +5 as well, so 18.
Looks like a basic arcane lockbox. Engraving bears no meaning, but it being magical, whatever's held there is important, and is important to whoever sealed it.
Is there anything else of note in the tent aside from the lockbox?
There is a 8-arm hookah that would put any college hookah bar to shame inside this joint. It is probably the most ornate piece inside, and it smells strongly of its last use.
Dope. Cool.
I need you to roll a dexterity ability check. The DC is 16 or above to decide if you have any more time inside of this encampment before everyone else shows up.
That's 7.
7. Inside, staring at this lockbox, you begin to hear the sounds of camels in the distance.
You know what? I'm gonna, actually, no, I'm not. Am I not? What am I doing? In the distance. You know what? I'm just gonna walk out and head over to the, Where Things body.
All right. You head over to the Were Jackal's body. Everyone begins to arrive back at camp, with the Sheik and his servant in tow. You guys see Ark's Kiss hovering over the body of Keely the Were Jackal.
I am entirely disinterested and not remotely having any attention to pay to the arrival of the riffraff. I am significantly more interested in the body.
As we see the tools have been brought back around the campfire. I see you are curious as well, Tiefling One. As the Sheik speaks up to you the first time as he disembarks his camel and gets down.
Given the density of the arcane energies wafting from your tent, couldn't help but be curious where such a potent magical source could be present.
Curious One.
Tell me,
I'm sure
Sheik.
you have no doubt seen what is in my tent.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Of course, I didn't mess with anything. Nothing is disturbed. Beautiful box. Incredible engravings. Curious as to whether or not they are your own or perhaps some family. Beautiful nonetheless.
Your flattery is noted, but it is not from my family. However, it has been in our possession for quite some time. I can see you drug the rest of our tools.
Yep. I figured that they were really important, and I know that my travel companions in particular are extra sensitive of matters such as these, so I took my comfort around the deceased as liberty to make it significantly more palatable for their and potentially your return.
Roll a persuasion check.
So here's a question in which I will argue specifically because of the natural charisma and the charisma base for my character. There was no deception. I was speaking plainly. My inflection hadn't changed. There'd be no reason for the receiver of my words to doubt my intention.
Other than the fact that you've killed their hired help with your friends and have now been ransacking their camp.
Ah, good point.
Well, I certainly appreciate you gathering everything up. As the Sheik looks back to the rest of the group, your friends have come to an arrangement. You might want to hear about it.
So, what did the children do while Daddy was busy?
You got a break in the news?
I'm gonna do no such thing.
I see you've left the future were-murderer of the region alive for whatever reason. Can't say I'm glad to see you're still with us, you walking liability.
He has at least 2 days before actually being a liability.
Lovely. 48 hours of trying to figure out how to undo his blunder. Not exactly how I wanted to spend my adventure, but I suppose it'll have to do.
He thinks we might have been fix his blunder regardless of if the werewolf interaction happened.
Also, an equally grand point, dear Centaur.
Sheik looks back
Sheik,
over at Dune. Go ahead.
No, I said, Sheik, I must apologize. I'm sure it didn't do us much good skulking about your camp, merely being prudently cautious. Unfortunately, it did come to blows immediately. Your hired help, I must regret their passing, but admittedly, they were a little bit more hot-headed than we could have anticipated. So do please excuse our exceptionally fumbling and bumbling Asamir. As you know, they aren't particularly great when interacting with others.
Your tiefling's tongue is much softer on our side than it is within your own party. Roll another perception check or persuasion check.
Well, there's not that. Oh, there it is. 15.
As they have made arrangements to return in good faith with Connor. We will keep ours.
Interesting. What are the terms of the arrangement, good Cheek? I expect you'll explain them better to me than the rest of the group.
They have agreed to help me fulfill my destiny. As he turns back around and walks into his tent.
I could have gone much worse.
Jada now standing outside of it with his arms crossed. Oxycus, we kind of agreed to take the karmic balance and try to find out exactly what they're trying to mine up here. There's got to be something else. It's not just... Of course, we're not just doing it for karma.
I figured he'd be more interested in the arcane implications of such a quest.
What the hell's the sheik doing up here in the first place? What's he wanting to go mine?
Didn't you hear him? He's here for his destiny. I'm going to walk over to the group. Very distinctly pat Simley on the humanoid shoulder. And I'm going to pass off 20 of the gold pieces to everyone except the Asimir. You get nothing.
I know.
This is your fault. Be glad that everyone else likes you, because you are a liability.
I'll take being alive any day.
You talk too much. Talk less. Solve us all many problems.
You sass too much. Talk less.
I'm going to then, being purposefully short, go greet Jara. Obviously, if anybody wants to do or say anything else, jump in. But I want to. Arxicus wants to talk to the giant arcane light bulb.
You guys go figure out how you're gonna go spend your coin. I'll go set up a little bit of camp in the back with the camels. I'll be back.
I make sure to grab your shoulder, Dune. This isn't my share. And he gives you 2 pieces of his 10. Or no, what's it? You gave me 20, so 4.
20.
Hands you 4 pieces. This would have been your share. It's not mine to have.
Such generosity is appreciated, friend.
It's not
Still
being
my
generous.
mistake.
It's not my money.
I've been here a while. I'll take living over money any day. I'm off.
Anybody else doing anything before Arxicus speaks with Jada?
No, I'm holding on to my coin. Ooh.
I too go and follow our friend to camp. Just to take like a short rest from all that high stakes pursuit.
All right.
Right. Think about it. I am exhausted. I saved the day, and I definitely need to go get a rest.
You guys should still have control of your tokens. You can place them where you would like.
Love accidentally clicking out of it.
While arrange these here. Before he has his talk with Jana, Godwin's gonna make his way back down. June, currently, are you gonna be back by where the camels are at?
Yes.
All right. Let's light that fire back up again. Dude.
Aye.
I'm gonna go look back where those spices were, just to make sure it is what they say it is.
Does sound like a smart plan. Where's Semley? Semley,
Yes?
you do have the egg still, yes?
Of course.
Okay.
I'm groggy.
I do believe Godwin and I are going to go check on the spices.
That's fine. You guys go find the spices. I just gotta rest back here.
Good job. I'll see you soon.
Acting.
Godwin's gonna try to stealth. If you're accompanying, go for it.
I'm gonna come.
Not the worst stealth roll in my life. But I have to perform another one as well. That's 11 on the first. That's gonna be a 7 for me.
Let's see what mine is. That woman's close. 14.
Yeah, we're doing awesome.
We're good. We're good. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
As we begin to sneak around the skinny passages when we were last just rode like hell from. Walking back up and in. It's dark back in this little alcove. As I produce a small orb of light over in my hand. Look, and we can see 2 small jackals resting in the center. As it comes to their attention as we get closer, their eyes focused on us. Standing back up, we can see several crates and supplies as I move that light forward. Just glancing over. There's a lot of crates. That's a hell of a lot of spice.
He's telling the truth. But it wouldn't surprise me if he's using it as cover.
I don't know what's going on here.
The
I
rest
don't know
of it
if
has
there's a
been
prophecy
arcane.
or not. But he's got us intrigued.
I'm always down for a good adventure.
Oh.
Back to camp, shall we?
2 more moons and you'll be able to speak to our little friends down here.
Let's just hope I figure out how to contain it before then.
Don't
'Cause
worry.
otherwise,
We're gonna try. I'll do my best.
I'm not worried. Just concerned.
As I extinguish that small light as we head back over to camp.
Boop.
So, Tiefling, what is on your mind?
Questions. Nothing crazy. There's nothing ill here. There's no deception. Sheiks are born with silver spoons and spices on their back. They're not accustomed to cloak and dagger. They don't have the ability to be complexly deceptive. If there's deception, it's going to be from the companion, and realistically speaking, that'll be more magical than anything, and I haven't in any way, shape, or form sensed or had any reason to think that there was any kind of arcane deception happening. You're being paranoid. A fight started. Our Asimir travel companion fell down a mountain and failed to adequately create a conversation with the first person that they encountered. It was a unfortunate but necessary circumstance that was not in any way, shape, or form unexpected and could have been avoided. But unfortunately, some people didn't want to send the person in first to talk. Instead, they wanted to try to sneak. So that's what that got us. So let's remember going forward to not allow the rogue to be a rogue and instead try to have a conversation up front. Just because you're suspicious doesn't mean we should be suspicious. Just because I don't think that they're being deceptive doesn't mean that I'm not being cautious. But it's important to note that these are not people who are capable of a deception that one of us would not be able to uncover. They are not skilled in that way. They're skilled in history and academics and matters of the arcane, but they're not deceivers like our Asimir companion, apt to shadows and skullduggery.
Roll a persuasion with advantage.
That'd be 13 or 14.
This is the kind of honest approach I would have very much appreciated an hour ago. However, this is where we are. As you can see, the Sheik is very much out of his territory. We have said we are here to fulfill his destiny. A prophecy. We need inside that mountain. In hell or high water, we will get there.
Okay. So while we're talking mountain, and I do want more details, excuse me, I motion to Godwin.
As he's making his way back with Dune. Yeah, Oxychus.
Can you come here a second? I need to borrow some of your knowledge for a moment.
Aye. He stands over in the conversation circle, with his hands on his hips.
You two are acquainted, I assume?
Aye. Jada. I'm Godwin. We didn't exchange
Jar.
names before, but I gathered his.
Good, good. And I'm Arxicus. Now that the names are out of the way, Jar, it's a pleasure to meet you. Godwin, while I do not deign to assume that your point of expertise is knowledge of mountains and mining and things of that nature, but you will have far more native understanding of terms and such than I would, so I felt it prudent for you to be a part of the conversation, just in case you can pick up on things that I would not pick up on. In no way, shape, or form am I limiting you to typical dwarven understanding. Just, you'll know more than I will know.
As you can see the smile that creeps across his face, just the assumption that he might know what he's talking about is enough to stroke his ego in any capacity. I'm not saying that I'm a professional, but like any good mountain dwarf, I can make a homestead in the side of these things. I know how to get in and out, and I know what I'm capable of with the tools that we have. He looks down at what you've drug out. Aye.
Good. Jara, that's why I've invited Godwin to the conversation. I don't know.
I look down at the pile of tools that you have. Just a glance. It's like the first day in college calculus for me. But my mama taught me. My mama taught me to act as if a long time ago. So there's, oh yeah.
I take axe, hit rock, rock go crush. Pretty stones.
It doesn't mean that I don't know how to. It just, may take some time, a little bit longer to look at the equipment of what we have there. Get those ones in the chat.
In that moment, right? You're worried about the idiot in the corner. You have just gone a great distance. You're an incredibly tense conversation. It's perfectly understandable that you would look at a pick and kind of forget what it is that it does for a second.
I do my best to act as if. Yeah, I think I'm pretty capable of getting ourselves set up for the test mine with whatever you got laying there.
That's what I like to hear. So, test mine. Jara, is there anything that you can share? Obviously, if we need to take a step into the tent and have a more direct conversation with your sheik, I understand if you'd rather not for the purpose of honorifics. But at the same time, we are going to need information. We do need to be able to assess what potential threats that there are. I would ask for as much information as you are comfortable with giving us directly. Otherwise, I would love to have a conversation with your sheik. If you feel more comfortable, I can go in alone and unequipped. And then relay whatever information to the rest of the group. But we are going to need a little bit more information if this is what we're going to do. I am perfectly fine for the arrangement. Obviously, I was not present when it was made, so I don't necessarily know the details. But I am to myself ultimately a man of curiosity. If there are questions to be asked, I follow them until I find an answer. So this is a particularly fortuitous moment for me.
The sheik has informed me. But he will reveal more to you when your first pieces of karmic debt are paid. Godwin has made mention of searching for a cure. As he pulls his goggles up to you, slowly revealing a small transformation into a werejackal before he stops it, pulling his goggles back down. If you are able to pay this debt, the next will be relayed. We will stay here in this encampment until otherwise.
I want to roll another Arcana, specifically in the timeline of viewing the small transformation.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
That's a 6.
6. You've seen him perform magic, and you saw it with your own eyes. He appears to be cursed. You can't knock what you've seen, but it's definitely been face value. Whether the goggles are actually controlling it or not, not quite sure. He did the same thing for us, Arxicus.
Excellent. Godwin, go make sure our village idiot is not planning on making any more friends anytime soon. I'll continue the conversation with Jara and relay any necessary information.
Hey, I know you're being hard on him, and you want the best from him. You don't want to suffer the consequences. But maybe at this point, we should be looking at a different form of motivation.
The best motivation for the self-righteous is healthy competition.
Suit yourself. Godwin breaks from your circle.
Jara.
Jara.
Excuse me. Without imposing. Of course, this is a sensitive line of questioning, so forgive me for asking. But since it is the first step in repaying a karmic debt for our, to this point, transgressions, how could you regale me with a story of your infection and transformation? Short, doesn't have to be details. Was it a bite, a scratch? Were you young? Was it in your teen years? Was it recently?
Almost 10 years ago to the date. It's a plague. A nearby tribe harbors the curse openly. I was bitten in the defense of my sheik. In my exile, since I was no longer allowed back, I sought after anything that could get me back in the good graces, so I would not be forced to roam as the jackal people. An endless nomadic life between the sands. I was able to find an odd traveling merchant one day. A truly bizarre man. His name was Guilfoyle. He had all sorts of manners of antiquities. No doubt going between kingdom to kingdom. I did not speak of my trade. I took a gamble. I simply asked if there was anything that could block me from the moon of Saloon. And he produced these goggles. I took an educated bet. And I got lucky. It seems to hold the transformation at bay. But it still means that I am tethered. Like a third arm. I am only as reliable as the straps of leather wrapped around my head. So yes, a cure is in my interest.
Again, thank you for sharing. I'm sure it's not your favorite story to tell by any stretch of the imagination. Every little bit does help. And you mentioned a nearby tribe. That'll be my next line of questioning. But first,
The tribe is not nearby.
Nearby to where you were bitten. Understood. Do you happen to have bear goggles, or did your other unfortunately afflicted companion have a pair of goggles as well?
She does. Well, she did. She did. She made her choice.
And again, the unfortunate conflict and end put to your friend should have been avoided. Again, I do greatly apologize for that oversight, as much as one can apologize for the loss of life
You
to
don't need
another.
to apologize for what has been foretold.
I assume she should have the goggles on her person.
It should be back near her tent.
Would you mind walking with me as we discuss to retrieve the goggles, specifically to keep our other friend at bay?
Aye. Because of your frank negotiations, he will lead you back to Keely's tent, producing those goggles in your hand. Anybody else doing anything right now at the camp besides resting? Reck, you've been taking a small rest, tending to yourself. Similarly, you've been doing the same as well. June, have you been doing anything in particular?
Muted.
Taking care of the camels.
Go ahead, roll me an animal handling check.
13.
You've been getting all the camels situated, being a good Dr. Doolittle. Everything back in its proper arrangement. Ornate camels back where they were. The one that's ran off to the north, you gathered it. It's been a good time with animals not giving you any extra lip for your transgressions. Just some good old-fashioned animal affection as they appreciate a sense of order as you bring them back in to their temporary stalls. These should suit your friend fine. Now, I will be retiring to rest as well. It has been a long night.
It has. We'll, if you do me the pleasure on thinking of anything your friend may have said throughout your travels or time knowing one another that may assist us in giving a starting point for a cure, or even steps to a cure would be excellent. But I won't keep you longer from your rest.
If I knew those steps, I would have certainly been taking them some time ago. Hopefully, this is something that Godwin can find. As he nods and retires back towards his tent. I look down at the goggles that you have in your hand. Well, that's certainly convenient. I'm assuming that is a dead jackal's formal goggles.
They are goggles. And our future lycanthrope will need to put them on so he doesn't endeavor to kill us all.
I like it. It gives me time, and that's what's important.
I would take it upon yourself and the others to see if they can tinker with a more effective mounting system to the head for our less than sure-footed friend.
But you don't think you can handle a leather strap?
Trip. Not necessarily the strap, but I don't know if they'd survive a tumble down a cliffside. Perhaps mounting them to a rudimentary mask of something of that nature will fasten them more surely to his head.
I just kind of glance him over. I think they'll be all right. I understand your concern, but they'll be fine.
I'm just going to take a second out of character here. Mark my words. This man's is going to find a way for those goggles to come off of that head.
I never thought that I would be trying to make a better goggle strap the next time I get the forge out, but apparently I'm going to get this thing ratchet strapped.
Oh, no.
Oh,
like,
no.
100%, you put them in a helmet or a mask, and he deals with it.
Man in the Iron Mask could be pretty sweet, though.
Well, I mean, at the very least, we can, as a group, again, like, that is steps for us. I'll just remind Godwin of this. Godwin, not that the direct concern is necessarily whether or not one can handle the strap, but taking active steps both to ensure our new friends that we are taking steps to protect those of us who have become recently afflicted and providing a significantly more secure and potentially comfortable way to manage this massive burden.
Aye.
If we can give Jara some peace of mind, it doesn't solve the problem, but it will put our companions at ease.
I appreciate the negotiations. I'll work on it. I'll come up with something that he'll use. At the end of the day, if he doesn't want to wear it, it does us no good. So I'll pass on the concerns and I'll come up with something that I'll use. It's a little bit more sturdy. We need to think what we're going to do in the morning, and I'm going to get some rest on it.
Good to me.
Godwin makes his way back over to one of the makeshift tents that are near the camels, pulls up some of the straw and leans back his shield. Doesn't take him long to doze off. Anybody else doing anything before you guys rest?
No.
Out of curiosity, is anything? I assume the cliffs are not averse to like avalanches or whatnot. They would have already secured a place that like we don't need to check all the nature surrounding us for, you know, habitual craziness.
You make the assumptions you want to make.
I'm gonna assume we're in a good spot then, so I don't have to roll things.
I fell off the cliff.
specified.
The cliff's gonna fall onto me.
Exactly. You know.
How nervous the
Not
highways
again.
cut through mountains back in Missouri could give you. Just beware of falling rock, concerned Dune.
Less beware of like rock, more beware of Asamir Rogue.
Sweet.
My pacts reset after a short rest, right?
Yes, and we're all going for a long one right now.
Oh, dope.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit myself with an invisibility spell before sleep.
Okay.
All right.
Are we just hitting the long rest now? We're good?
Go ahead, hit that long rest, and make sure when you hit it to confirm. Bam.
Good to go.
All right. I need a dexterity roll from everybody. We're going to start clockwise with Paul.
Dexterity. 16.
+2, that's 20.
Dirty 20. Alex.
Dexterity. That's a 6.
It's all good.
Reck.
Eight.
8 for me as well. Similarly, you were the first to wake. A time-honored tradition between my parties. The first person that wakes does so with the coffee.
Oh, great.
And you can prepare this camp coffee in any fashion that you would like. Its aroma will awaken the others.
Oh, I love that. I love a gentle rise, and so I love giving that to my party mates here. Well, there's really no beating around the bush. I just get to work. I grind the beans, heat up the water, start the brewing. Wait for the others to slowly make their way out.
With plenty of time to spare, some good old-fashioned canyon campfire pour-overs. Wake the dead out of the rest of the party. Even the Sheik's tent flap is up.
Come
of
get
interest.
a cup, Sheik.
As Jada leads the Sheik's way over towards the campfire with a very ornate and jeweled gold cup. Receiving a bit of that morning coffee, Godwin making his way to the campfire circle. Oh. It's decision time.
That it is.
Last night, everyone, Jada told us it was their intention to stay here in camp. We need to make a call. We need to get this egg turned in.
I mean, I've been holding on to this egg for quite some time. I'd be fine with letting it go.
We need to head south and take this thing back to Helmford. It's not much further. You're gonna have to trust us that we're gonna come back. If that's the case, at the same time, we're not gonna be able to move all this cargo you have here. What's the rest of you think?
Well, I believe either I or the tiefling should stay behind. Either mostly for him to continue gathering information, if he would so choose to do so, or to have the rest of us go and turn in our egg. But it's not on mine. It's up to the rest of you.
There's proof that we'd come back.
We could also just ask him what he'd like.
Are we talking?
That's a great question.
How far is the journey?
Helmfirth. The journey to Helmfirth.
Helmfirth, reachable within the day. You could get there late evening.
So what if we-
I was thinking?
Yeah, what if we had a party head off and go drop off the egg?
Our strength is in numbers.
Is there anyone opposed to dropping off the egg then?
I think it's a bad look. You know, we show up, our party member aggresses and attempts to ambush their workers. There's a fight that breaks loose. We kill 3 of their people, chase them down, and strong arm them into allowing us to tag along for their journey in hopes of repaying murder. I really don't feel like it looks good to try to leave to make some money. I think it's a little bit odd.
My only mention is that I do believe he did mention that he knows we're carrying it around, and if we needed to drop it off for safekeeping, we could. But I do agree with the tiefling for once.
I mean, we could leave the egg with the Sheik. The Sheik's not going to be putting himself in danger. If the Sheik travels, it will be with us. The Sheik obviously has no interest in anything other than his destiny.
I also agree.
You say obviously. I don't know, don't we all have some ambitions hiding out?
Certainly, but their
Well, I
ambition's
guess
bigger than an egg.
But the question then becomes, the question was, do we go to Helmfirth and drop off the egg? Not, do I give up the egg? Because I don't feel comfortable giving up the egg to someone who's not within the party. If we're not going to go drop it off to the Helmfirth, I'm going to keep holding on to it. I'm not going to just hand it off to the Sheik just yet, before I get to know him.
I would argue that this egg has very little value aside from gold, and the Sheik has plenty of gold through spice trade. They have no need for the egg. The egg nets them nothing. Our journey in comparison of wealth is paltry in comparison to the sum that they have naturally through birthright. And if prophecy serve, their birthright is significantly more ambitious and capable than the egg.
Okay, great. That's not a reason to then give them the egg, though. I would just as soon hold on to it and exhibit neutral jing as opposed to acting.
Sounds like everyone's mind is kind of made up. Caius, are you okay with this?
I think we're heading on.
I would like to make the point before the end of this that I am fairly certain that the Sheik, knowing our journey was about the egg, should any harm come to said egg during the journey on their account, would be more than willing to let the spoils, some of the spoils from the journey, a payment equal to that of the egg. I don't think the egg is the problem.
Yeah, it's not. As long as I'm holding on to it, it is in a safe place. So if we're not going to go to Helmfirth, then the decision is made. I don't know if a decision about the handling of the egg needs to be made in this fashion.
I acquiesce.
As Jada is still the only one standing around the campfire, as the Sheik has retreated back to his tent, has been overhearing the conversation. So it is agreed that we will continue north, further through the Dagger Mountains.
It's agreed.
Let us go.
I will show you how to break down and make up our camp. Since this is the case, we are headed to the land beyond the falls. Caius, roll a history check with advantage.
That's 13.
Second roll.
Yeah.
What you know about the land beyond the falls? Treacherous area. Not unsimilar between Whispering Gorge. For its narrow pathways and choke points. The difference being, bandits don't dwell here. Tribespeople dwell here. You know, in particular, the control of a specific bridge is constantly fought for. You have no idea who is in current control, of that bridge. It is a contested point that you and your people have always known about.
Yes, I know that bridge very well. 4 or 5 tribes have traded control over that point my whole life.
Good. I'm glad we have someone familiar with the territory, because we will be going across to the other side. As he walks away and begins gathering the camels and putting all the provisions together to literally get all of the spice and materials up and out of this gorge. I need athletic checks, 3 of them.
From anybody?
3 willing. This would be your strongest movers and shakers to try to help pack up.
I have a +4. If anybody else
give it a
gets
go.
higher.
I've only got a +2.
I got a +7 on athletics.
Oh, right. So I think it's those 3 right there. Godwin, Caius, and
Right.
the trip and faller.
We got a DC 15 to put this camp together in an efficient manner. This is going to be the average between our 3 rolls.
Okay, let's see how this goes. I'll go first.
Lord of mercy.
Yep. 19.
19 on the first. Let's go. Let's go.
My bad. I did not. That was not me.
Okay, cool. We're good. I was like, 5. There we go.
20.
All right.
A dirty 20. I like that term. It's like a dirty chai.
Godwin, don't let him down. You get a +7.
+7.
+7.
Oh,
Dirty 20.
yeah. Double
Dirty-
dirty 20s.
Easily done. As the
We call that a
party's
dirt-
muscle comes through. Setting up both the stagecoach and the caravan. You guys are able to pack up camp efficiently to be able to get on the road before lunchtime. Even being able to catch in a small meal while you were going, being able to balance in between the 2 tasks. You guys are able to be fed and load everything up. Before you leave, Godwin arranges for a small pyre over the 3 dead members of the Sheik's hired hands. Saying a couple simple prayers just to himself, not trying to make a scene over bodies that he helped kill. He ignites that pyre with holy flame that radiates in a mirage of summer heat as you guys in the caravan begin moving north towards the land beyond the falls. We'll go ahead and take our quick break there. Go ahead, refill. Take a personal break. We'll be back in just a second.
Be right back.
Yeah.
As you guys pack up now with a large Sheik's caravan in tow, Happy to be riding on camels, though. No longer on foot. You guys make an about face and head back in the direction you came from. Except this time following the valley's path. No longer upwards into the Dagger Mountains, leading the path that nature has carved for you. Caius, so once again, your territory and being up front, I want a survival check from you with advantage.
Got it. See.
18 on the first. Go ahead and roll me the second.
Ooh.
Woohoo! Caius, it's that moment where you look forward on a map and you realize that it's because you have things upside down. You've been so orientated on getting us back to Helmford for just a second. You repurpose your mind and you go, oh, obviously this is exactly where I am. And it's not far from a trail back home. Except for instead of continuing to head farther north, you make a sharp turn to the west and continue on down through the valley. With ease, you guys are going to be able to follow this trail with Caius's lead, looking as the dry canyon begins to crisp to a plush green. You make your way further through this elevation drop. Simile, give me a survival check as well if you're looking out for any game on the road.
Righty. Survival. Looking out for any game on the road. Oh, did it roll? Okay, it rolled. +1, 9.
9. Oh, it's not the best. There's some plump prairie dogs that are along the way. You've seen them poking in and out of holes, smiling back and forth. It'll be difficult, but you can try.
Okay.
Oh, I also need to go ahead and mark your sheet. You have expended your special arrows. You know what? I'm going to make a ruling on that. How many times did you shoot your bow last time when you were in combat?
I believe it was, Chef, it was probably not more than 3, maybe 2. It was 2. I'm seeing 2.
2. All right.
2's in chat.
I'm going to roll for this.
Okay.
And I'm going to give myself a D6.
I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm guessing that's not great.
That's going to be it. It's going to be 2.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be able to make some more next time.
I appreciated them while I could.
I can do it once a day, so I will go ahead
You
and
got a strap to work on.
I will modify yours, so you're going to come back down to 7 to hit again.
Oh.
Go ahead, roll that D20 and see if you can hit one of those prairie dogs.
Alrighty, plump little prairie dog. I'm coming for ya. 10. What was I rolling for? Was that survival? Animal handling?
No, this one was just actually shooting your bow.
Well, okay.
17.
Well,
DC is an 18. We're going to come up short. Like a bad game of whack-a-mole. You're just not going to be able to get us dinner this evening.
Tried. Sorry, folks. Not always the sure shot I thought I am.
Like a shitty game of Duck Hunt, you could almost feel them smiling back at you.
It's the meerkat pops its head out and just sticks its tongue out at you and pops back down.
on your travels this way, you guys have opportunity to talk to each other or any of the other characters that we're with, Jana or the Sheik. If there's any kind of conversation that you want to have inter party, this is your time to have it.
I'm gonna walk over to Godwin real quick and ask about the goggles.
Godwin is getting himself situated in between both humps of the camel. And it's kind of like a game of ping pong as his armor hits off the back of either hump.
Oh boy.
First time riding a camel. Okay.
I was just checking to see how the goggles fare. I know we have about 36 hours left. But
So the goggles, Jana said they function the same way that his do. However, there's a little concern, especially in
For my
Arxicus's mind, that these things can stay on when you need them to. I told him it's gonna be your choice. It's gonna be something that you want to wear. Just let me know if you just want some reinforced straps. We can do that. If you want something more, let me know. But these things need to go on when there's moonlight, and they can come off later. It's your choice.
I think incorporating them into my armor in general would be fine. I just would like to retain most of my dexterity, even though it's been proven to be a little bit accident prone.
What would you like it to look like? I can forge something up next time that we make camp. Think about it. What you want it to look like.
Aye, that'll do. Is Semley just galloping along?
No, she too is on top of a camp. No, she's galloping along.
I'm just saying, I knew my brain pictured Assembly on a camel once, just because my brain, and then I was like, oh wait, like centaur on top of a camel, but like, I had to make sure,
No. Every time we say we're no longer on foot, it's me in the background being like, yeah, I'm never on foot.
I'm on hooves. Galloping.
On hoof.
You slow.
No, I'm doing fine.
I just come over to check on you, make sure you're doing okay, because everybody else gets to ride and you have to continue.
Well, I mean,
clutching that egg like the Heisman.
I would assume that
in universe.
I would assume that Simley would actually end up being a little bit more limbered up, because now she doesn't have to restrain her gait to keep up with her foot-fallen companions. Now she can kind of experience her full gait and not have to restrain her muscles. So she's got to be in a particularly happy mood.
Walking with you guys is like it's like a pigeon walking on the ground. I want to fly, and you guys make me walk like a pigeon. Just let me. So yeah, we open up, and I'm actually kind of vibing. Going through my hair.
I
love
expect the chase was good for you then, getting to spread those wings of yours.
After being cooped up on that mountain and falling off, there was nothing better than like breaking that stride and just getting out there. Chasing down a stranger. Did I know why I was chasing them? No, but I knew my directive and I accomplished it.
Hey, you made it better than the rest of us, so we'll make sure we take care of it. We're here now, aren't we?
On our
Where
way.
are you in the position of the caravan? Because I know I'm in the lead because I'm navigating.
And you guys can kind of drop in and out, move backwards and forwards. You're not completely locked, except for Caius generally being in the front.
I'm bouncing about. I am having a good time. I'm catching like a dolphin on the side of a boat, just like having a great time, just being around a lot of animal metaphors, but I'm happy, okay? I'm happy. In my element as a quadruped.
Where are we in the mountains at current?
You guys are still descending through a series of valleys into greener pastures now, headed more westerly than northerly now.
Okay.
Any other conversations to be had alongside the road? I'm gonna roll up to Caius. So this bridge, he said tribes people. Has it just been tribes people that you know of? And just a point of order for you, Caius. It's not always been humanoid. There are tribes of many races inside the north that have contained this bridge that leads to green pastures. One in particular, very important for any of these tribes that have had herding animals. Do you remember, guys? Who had this thing last? So this is an opportunity. You go with it. It's your story.
Not exactly sure who's had it last. As I made my descent from home, I took a different way.
Okay. See what we get then. I appreciate you taking point up here. Excited to see that blade back in action.
Of course.
I don't want to be too excited.
Bonk directly to jail.
As I float back in with the rest. You guys roll a perception check for me. Starting clockwise with Paul.
Okay, something has changed. I can no longer do my own rolling. It just rolls when I hit the button. Can I unclick something?
Yep, you go to the top cogwheel in my settings, and you'll turn off automatic roll.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dune, what's your modifier on perception? Paul, are you muted?
Yes, I hit the wrong button. I had it's a 6, so I was at 22.
22. Simile.
How funny. Mine was at 4, so I'm also at 22. I don't know about you.
I don't know about me,
Ark's Kiss.
but it's not 23.
Better not be 23. Patrick, I got something funnier than 24.
Ark's Kiss in his own head. Caius.
Well.
Just
Well.
locked on leading the pathway out of the mountains. You were just entirely focused on literally the path that's what's in front of you. Watch out for whoever's chewing. All right. June, Simile, you're the first to hear. As you can hear the sounds of rushing water.
Mhm. I
As
hear
we
water up
slowly
ahead.
make our way around the bend, you can smell it too. This fresh glacial water is thinned
been a while.
and now drained to a torrent.
Question: is that sound rushing or is it like stream?
Oh, it's rushing.
Oh, it's rushing.
Those glaciers. Does sound a little bit rough for this time of the year, though. Caius, is it normally a torrential river at this time of the year?
You have noted
Pretty quick, but not this quick.
you have been descending for quite some time from those mountains into slightly warmer territory. As you guys make your way around that bend, you begin to see the falls in the distance. And that narrow bridge that takes you from the plateau you're on to the next. You guys are further back than where your tokens are at right now. You are not right up on the bridge. That is just for my own personal reference point there. You are still quite a ways.
Okay.
With a little bit of a low grade as it descends down. As you guys can look out and fully see what encompasses this bridge. As you look out, you can see some wear and tear, stains of blood. Well worn. Anything past that will require long distance investigation checks. Would anyone like to?
A long distance check? Lord.
There we
My
go.
goodness.
Dice
Buy a girl
explosion.
dinner first.
You know, you're on the road.
We need
You get a lot of pent
we
up.
need to nerf the tiefling real quick.
Holy shit.
But
What's your roll, Arxicus?
Muted or quiet?
16.
16. You see two small red banners in the front. Can't quite make out what's in them with the wind blowing. You can see two skulls set atop the front posts. As you stare further down, you can see armaments placed on the opposite side. One to the north and one to the south. And then in the western, this would be the southwestern corner, a very high 4-story tower built from wood. Anybody else?
I'll roll it. Let's see. 12.
You're able to see the same things an Arxicus is.
Would I know that some of this stuff exists because of my history with this area?
I mean, it looks like whatever faction is in control of the bridge right now means business. Certainly charging a fee with those kind of armaments, they don't come free. Roll a history check to see if the architectural style jumps out to you.
It's some wood.
Well, Jeff, it's a bridge.
It's a wood bridge. Ain't never changed.
This choice.
I didn't want to change too much.
Put this bad juju on
If it
me.
ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
Jada looks back at the rest of the group. You could understand now why we would bring such provisions. We have room to negotiate.
Arxicus, would you rather you do the negotiating or Sheik?
It's clearly beneath the Sheik's station to interact with normal folk. I think it best if Jara and myself speak to whomever we need to make passage across the bridge so that equal representation of both groups is present.
I just did not want to take responsibility for the negotiation, especially given the large amount of spice. So, and my people skills aren't the best, so. Take it away.
I can accompany you, Arxicus.
Excellent. I would like to roll an arcane check.
Go for it.
Wish you would step back from that bridge, my friend.
Whatever it is, it's probably
What a
pretty
bust.
poor.
It's bad.
Oh my god, the coin landed on its side.
What were you doing an arcane check on?
Just like generally. Nothing in particular.
As you made your way forward towards the bridge, nothing in particular feels magical. All right, are we going to be on camelback or are we going on foot?
Jara and myself will be going on foot. Because the camel's got the stuff.
Will we be doing what?
Camelback or on foot?
On what?
Myself and Jara. Not you.
Not you.
Simly.
Not us.
Oops.
Just messing with y'all.
All right.
Oh.
As they have disembarked, heading towards the front of the bridge, how would you guys like to proceed?
Are we close enough for me to run a perception check on the bottom? And what do you call that? Armament?
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Cool. $19.
19. Go ahead and roll a history check.
That is much less advantageous to me.
Here comes the one.
19 and 19 and 2 makes it 21.
I need a call like that from Alex every time now.
Here comes the 21.
Just look at the armaments that are fashioned on the other side. There's something distinct and jagged about its construction. One that you've known and seen in style with dealings with a certain merchant class, as you're able to just see the green points of one of their ears. You know this to be very much goblin. Just see a thin piece of ear before it dips back down.
Let me double check something. No, okay. I was just making sure. I was making sure that my thieves rogue stuff didn't allow me to see like symbols or anything that would delineate like any thieves can't. So we're good. I'm gonna call out to Arxicus real quick and kind of just we're dealing with goblins. So take that into account.
Mm-hmm.
Heard.
I'm gonna walk back. I'm gonna trot back to the rest of the group.
I feel the need, the mighty need, to take an advantageous spot. I don't know if I should be heading across as the resident, longbow person. So I think if y'all are gonna make your way, heard. However, I think I should be at the ready in case I need to attack.
Where would you like to place yourself on the map?
What are we looking at for scale here? Okay, I'm good. Cause what's my so many tabs?
The length of this bridge?
My range is 150. So somewhere around there and somewhere around there. I'm thinking right around here. This is where I'm gonna land, moving myself. If we're dealing with goblins, I'm getting ready. Arrow notched.
All right. Position of the caravan will be held farther back, where the sheik is staying inside the stagecoach. What about everyone else?
You all know where I am.
I'm on guard with the Sheik.
I am not here to negotiate, but I am going to back both Jada and Arxicus
Nice.
and just accompany and escort. Dune, where would you like to be?
I'm gonna turn to Caius and asking if I can leave the Sheik's protection to them.
While you do what?
I'm going to go make sure our resident centaur does not get sneak attacked by goblins.
The Sheik to me.
Out there. Close enough to dash if I need to.
Arxicus, the three of you draw forward to the edge of the bridge. Looking at it, you can see the holes, you can see the blood-stained boards. This time, rolling close to those banners, you can see two large cross scimitars over a half-broken skull, painted in gold over burgundy. Almost like a crown carved into the very humanoid skull. How do you proceed?
First, I want to hit a history check.
Go ahead.
16.
16. Now that you've gotten closer, it looks like a tribe that doesn't mess around, and the closer you've gotten, it confirms that it's very goblin-like in its nature.
Gibble gobbles.
So, shall we proceed?
Let's be pragmatic about this. I want to take we'll say 10 gold pieces. Walk up to the bridge, not cross the threshold. Set them on a plank in a little pile. Just on the ground.
Okay.
Take a couple steps back. Jara, obviously I want to make sure that he is aware that I'm trying to put some distance between us and the gold, and want to call out to specifically whoever's in control of the bridge. And then give it a beat. See if anybody comes out of anywhere.
What do you call out?
I'm stating intent to cross. Whoever controls the bridge, we have intent to cross. Type situation.
The minute that you speak out, to the south, you can look and you can see the tips of arrows form out of thin slots. As they draw back the tension on you. You see the same thing on the northern side. Drawn and ready. Small series of silence before you begin to hear heavy footsteps. As you look across to a hulking behemoth as it comes into view.
Goblin champions.
I am here to collect the toll. We require both blood and silver. 100 gold pieces. And 2 sacrifices. These are our terms. And you may pass.
I'm not about to accept those terms. Arrows at the ready, folks.
I'll turn to Jara. Specifically in hopes of some understanding of the area, given that they're traveling through it or planning to travel near.
Be prepared for monetary interests. It is against all religious practices. However, I would be remorse in thinking that I wish that I had a body or two right now. I say we try to go back with a counter offer. We got more money than they can make in a month. Wouldn't hurt to try to skirt around the whole blood thing. But I don't know about these goblins or that giant ogre at the end.
If you're footing the bill, I don't think any of us can be opposed. Shall we answer back with another offer?
Do you think they'd take some of the camels?
Oh, yes.
Call back. What manner of sacrifice do you require?
Maybe they will take the camels.
I don't know. It's just sacrifices. Camels. We have camels.
The ogre looks at himself confused. He turns. And begins a slow march to the south. As if it's a piece of speech that he just hasn't rehearsed before.
What about the camels?
King Moxley. They offered camels for blood. Are camels acceptable?
As you can see, for the first time, a raising of a chair up and over the top of this fat, long-nosed goblin with a broken skull crown.
And just what the are we supposed to do with camels? No, I did not request camels from you. No, camels will not do. No, they will not do at all. Blood sacrifice from something more intelligent than a camel gnarl. Do not waste my time again. Camels would not do.
Give me a perception check to see if you're able to hear that conversation for anyone who's listening.
I got it.
It's gonna be difficult over the waterfall.
Probably not. 14.
Oh, so close.
I'm sure. Gosh, what is it? Perception plus 4, so 13.
$17.
Arcticus, you're gonna be able to make out the general back and forth that it doesn't look like the camels are acceptable. Caius.
Oh my god.
Oh God, 1, 1, 2. You're just getting them out. You're just getting them out of the way.
Get him out now before the combat. We're good.
I am the furthest away.
Godwin can't hear it either.
It's that beautiful helmet that he wears.
Jadwa is getting the gist. We're gonna roll for Gnarl. He hears the conversation as well, as clearly as he can. Coming back across.
Camels will not do. We need the blood of an intelligent creature.
Just the blood.
No. We need them alive.
We're negotiating, and we should not be. I am of the smash and grab variety. These people are asking for far too much, and we need to get across this bridge.
Chance that I recognize Gnarl or any of these goblins because I'm from the area.
With your previous history check, you understand these to be the Shattered Crown. they have been known to be kidnappers for quite some time. Ritualistic blood sacrifice is the norm. And when they're short on it, they'll take it. In particular, Caius, you know of them taking children. Because sometimes they haven't been strong enough to take adults. So in your mind, they have no honor.
I'm gonna mutter to Semley if it was the ogre wasn't there, and consider playing some rogue cards, but I don't think I can deal with an ogre. Not yet.
Recognize the clan, but none of the individuals.
If you want to go in particular on that massive ogre, I'll let you roll a history check on it right now.
Why not? That was 10.
10. You don't know of this particular one, but you have heard the stories of them pulling apart arms and limbs as if they were bones on a chicken. You've known them to be in particularly cruel.
Do we know how much approximate HP the ogre has?
You would have no idea. It is
So,
big and it has a lot of blood.
What's my Misty Step distance?
30 feet.
30 feet, huh? That'll put me... roughly there. My distance on this... 120.
As you wait with indecision, that ogre begins moving forward.
Well, the arrow is notched. I've been ready to go.
Oxycus.
I'm going to, ignoring any and all conversation, I'm gonna grab gold, about as much as I can hold in a hand. Hold it up. I'm gonna drop everything except for my pact book, because that's strapped. That's not going anywhere.
How many gold in
I'm
total?
gonna take.
How much gold in total?
I am attempting to just visualize that I am holding dollars. You know what? We'll call it the 10 that's on the bridge.
All right.
And I want to walk.
All right.
Approximately 30 feet forward.
Give me an acrobatics check as you begin to walk forward on creaking boards.
20.
With ease, you're
Dirty
able
20.
to navigate. At the same time, Jada's going to stay behind but Godwin will follow suit. Is with an 11. Just able to keep his balance as he moves between. Go ahead and move your token. As we both step over that missing board as it cracks down below us. Now at the halfway point of the bridge.
I see coin. And assume that both of you are the sacrifices.
I hit Crown of Madness on El King Boy real quick. It is within range. It is a ready action. And he has to beat my wisdom check.
As you begin casting a spell from up inside of his tower, slender green hand snakes out facing your palm. What level are you casting Crown of Madness at?
2.
Counterspell is a 3rd level spell. In my games, we have a roll off. It does not immediately take effect. You will take your spell casting modifier and you roll a d20 and you'll add it to it. For every level over the spell that you're casting, the counterspeller gets a +1. So in this case, King Moxley has a +4 to their roll. I'll roll them first. That is a 23.
Question. Do my spells naturally level as I level?
No, you cast them at whatever level that you choose. So like if you only gain access to 3rd level spells because of this last round, but you're a warlock, so they're always at I believe 3rd level.
Yeah. Oh, then it's a 3rd level.
So you do not get a +1. It will be just a... By the way, somebody's fidgeting in the background.
Sorry.
And my modifier for this particular spell is in the entirety of my wisdom skill.
So it is a 22.
Cool. And
She
so
must
mine's a
beat.
d20 plus 13.
No, it won't be 13. This is just your spellcasting modifier, which is your charisma. So this is a +2 for you.
This probably won't go well.
As you extend out and begin to cast that spell, as a crown begins to appear over the top of Gnarl.
Not so fast.
As it's wisped away with a finger of counterspell.
It is time to blot out the sun. Fire!
As it releases a held action between the armaments. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
I'm going first, I assume, again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey!
22.
Let's
How do you always
go.
manage to do this?
Let's
don't know.
go.
What the hell?
Oh. Modifier. Oh. I just blacked out. What are we rolling for?
This is your
Initiative.
initiative.
Initiative plus 0.
Hold on to your numbers real quick. Just hold on to
Initiative
them
plus-
mentally.
Yeah, I'm holding it.
While I get the initiative tracker back up. It's disappeared on me for some reason. Where do you go, initiative tracker?
I think it's actually my first 20 of the campaign. Like my first stat.
Really?
Yeah. Because I had 19 the other day, and I had my +2. It was 21. So let's see something.
All right. I got to refresh. Audio's going to go down for just a second. Initiative tracker has disappeared on my end. There we go.
It happened.
It is back now. Awesome. Okay, Dune, we got at 22. Simile.
10.
All right, who's next? What's yours, Caius?
7.
7. All right, Arxkiss.
Nine.
All right, Godwin. Coming with a big old fat 7. And we will add Jada into the pool. Jada has a +3. 19. Let's go. All right, we'll get that order laid out so everybody in chat can see it. All right. Dune, you're going to be top of the order. However, the held action between these arrows are going to go off first. Three arrows are going to go in towards Godwin, and 3 arrows are going to go in towards Arxkiss. First arrow will go into my shield. Second arrow will go into my shield. Third arrow will go into my shield. Tink, tink, tink.
Bless up.
Ooh, baby.
All right. Let's see here. This is all right. They're coming in on over at you, Arxkiss. 22. What is your AC?
Can I just Misty Step back 30 feet?
This is during their surprise round, so you using a reaction. Yeah, as those first arrows come in, go for it. I'll absolutely allow it.
Cool. My AC for future reference is 12.
12. Got you. All right. go ahead and move your token back to where you like it. All right. 22 will just hit me. As it finds place in between my armor, it's going to do 6 points of piercing damage. Two more arrows fly in towards me. 21. 21 will hit. Next one. As you can just hear, similarly, you notice from the back the telltale sign of a broken bowstring as it whips around, and you can hear. I will take 5 points of piercing damage.
I have a question. How would an attack of opportunity function with Misty Step?
Whenever you're retreating, if it's a forced retreat, you don't receive attacks of opportunity. So it has to be in a particular scenario. If you were leaving, like if you were next to the ogre and you misty stepped, they would not receive an attack of you would not receive an attack of opportunity because of that spell.
Sure.
Now, if you drag someone, say you vine whip someone and you pull them away, they don't receive an attack.
They would receive an attack of opportunity. Got it. Okay.
All right. Dune, top of the order.
Problem is I don't have any range, and I really don't want to just try and blast through and get...
Oh, come on. You might as well jump. I mean, how far is it?
Can I ask?
It's not quite 40
Out of
feet.
curiosity, if I were to try and get over there and then make a jump, could I then make a jump and Misty Step mid-jump to teleport up on top of the thing?
You don't have your Misty Step anymore.
Oh, that's right.
I was the only one with Misty Step, except for Simley, I think, still has hers. Which will be the coolest Misty Step.
Yes, theoretically you could have.
That would have been cool. What if I were to... I have 2 actions now, right?
When you take the attack action, you're able to attack twice.
Okay. I really don't know what I want to do here. Because nothing really is advantageous for me to go in there with only 23 health. Especially against the ogre. So... how far can I jump with a dexterity of 5?
You're going to be able to make, like, if you're trying to think about making this jump right over here.
Yeah.
This one right over here, 20-foot jump. It's possible.
Yeah,
It's possible, and
but I miss and then I die. It's not quite.
You're stuck over there.
It is certainly possible.
Like that's not happening.
I mean, I can give you the straight odds on it if you want them.
I just don't have any range and like. I was trying to figure out if I could dash all the way over. because I. Okay. Well, let's just start by getting in with the rest of the crew over here.
All right, so this is something I do outside of combat here. You've placed yourself. I can give you, if you want to start up at the bridge,
Right.
you may do so. I will not penalize you from where you're back at.
Arxicus, can I scream at Arxicus as I'm running over there to hit me with invisibility?
I mean, you can certainly try.
I'm gonna scream at you to hit me with invisibility real quick. Because you should be able to cast it on 5 people at level 5, right? Or is it by level spell and then it's 3 people? Either one.
No, he's not able to cast it on 5 people.
Okay.
What level am I? 5?
Yeah.
Learned it at 2. So 3 people.
Okay.
Not 5.
I'm gonna ask.
5 will be at level 7.
Okay. Can you hit me with invisibility?
Just to let you know, it's not going to be his turn, so no matter what, based
that's true.
based off the interaction, you'll literally just be running by.
Yeah, I think that's what I have to do though, because otherwise everything else is a little too dangerous, and there's no point in doing anything else.
Well, I mean, everything at this point is dangerous.
Well, yes,
The
but,
only
like-
the only reason I had an out was because I still had my Misty Step, specifically to retreat from a situation, because it's foolish to use a Misty Step to initiate, especially as someone wearing leather and not plate. I would think that your best position in combat such as this would be to stay where you are until one of your party members can change the current state of combat.
Well, yes, that's why I got over with you guys, but that's it.
All right, so you run up to the pack, you hold there, you're pleading for some other help.
That's all I'm gonna be able to do.
All right. End of your turn. Jada's turn. He's going to retreat back towards the Sheik. And place himself back in front of the caravan. I will take care of the Sheik. Thank you. And they're gonna hold there. End of Jada's turn. Dragging their massive spiked club. Gnarl's going to come running in on Godwin. Just swing that bad boy. God, I'm rolling hot. 24 will hit. As it smashes down on my body.
Don't fall through the bridge.
Oh Lord.
I'm going to take 14 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need to make a dexterity saving throw. Actually, no, not dexterity. I need to make a strength saving throw. No, I got on strength saving throws. Got a +4. Oh, let's go. As I'm able to hold my ground, as I put my shield up, it looks like it hits like a freight train. As Godwin stands his ground. Arxicus. You see that crooked finger of King Moxley spinning up again as it directs a shot your way, as you see a long-range firebolt head in your direction. 9. It will not find purchase as it hits into the dirt next to you.
I mean, I wouldn't have been worried about it anyway. I'm a basil bub. I'm a basil tiefling, bro. Unless it was an extra fancy firebolt, it'd feel real good on my belly.
I believe you have. Do you have resistance? So you would take half. Or are you completely immune?
There is both a resistance and then there's an immunity that basil bibble babbles get. Hang on, let me find it because it's not in the
Yeah,
D&D
hellish
Beyond thing,
hellish
but it's on the-
resistance to fire damage.
There's more to it in the handbook. The D&D Beyond sheet doesn't have the full description. I don't know why. It's the same thing. It was the same thing for my Crown of Madness, because in Crown of Madness in the handbook, it's forcibly a wisdom saving throw.
Gotcha.
Typically not able to be counterspelled.
I'll look it up. All right. That'll end King Moxley's turn. God, I'm the only dude up here. 3 more arrows come in from the south towards me. First one will miss. Second one will hit my shield.
Good grief.
Nat 20 against me. That's gonna do.
Chat, that's really a nat 1 for us. So hit the nat 1s in the chat, please, instead of the nat 20s. Thank you.
Yeah. Good luck with my crowd. That's gonna do 11 points of piercing damage to me. Goblins to the north are actually going to fire in across over at Simile. Does a 17 hit?
What's your armor?
I'm
Stanley?
12.
12.
I'm 12.
All right.
Taking it.
8 will not hit. Third arrow. 23 will hit. You will take 12 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I have the goblins marked differently, so I actually jumped your turn. Simile, it is your turn.
Cool. Okay. Well then, going for the northern boys. Yeah, I'm gonna fire at the northernmost goblin. Rolling. No, I'm right here.
Oh my god, that was a nat 20! Let's
There we go.
Let's go! Let's go!
Where's my... Hold on, where did this go?
All right. Those goblins are behind full cover. The only way that your first attack works is because it is a nat 20.
Okay.
As you are able to fire one into the arrow slit to the same goblin that busted its bow. You could just see its eyeball looking out. So one of your dice is going to be automatically at max. So just
Okay.
roll your attack as it normally would be.
Okay, so it would be what? It's 1d4 plus 2. Or 1d8, excuse me. 7 plus 2, 9.
9.
Yeah.
So you get a plus 8. So you're at 16.
Wait, plus
No.
8?
Oh, I'm sorry. So you had 7 plus 2?
7 plus 2 is
Yeah,
my damage.
Okay, so 9. So you would be at 17. 17
Cool.
points of damage. DTD.
Oh god!
see the arrow go
the arrow
in, out,
slides through the arrow slit. He makes quite a bit of noise as he gurgles out, and another classic above the shoulders shot right through the eye. Just ends him. Just plops him down. I'm happy with it.
You have another
What are you guys
shot.
up to?
Now that you're 5th level, you're able to draw your bow
Go!
a second time.
Notching it up, shooting another one. We're gonna go with. Might as well go with the second goblin there.
All right, like I said before, they're heavily covered.
They're heavily covered there. Why don't we
In their position.
shift it? Because I got that nat 20. So let's just pick up and we're gonna shoot at Gnarl. So rolling. $14.
That will hit.
And then 1d8 plus 2 plus 7.
Oh.
1d8 plus 2 is 10, plus 7 is 17.
No. You didn't crit this time?
No.
So you'll just get the 8 plus 2 damage, so you do 10
Plus
damage.
2. Cool. 10 damage to Gnarl.
Max damage for you. Let's go. Placing that arrow in the same spot, but just the thickness of the yoke of this massive beast as it gets stuck. Anything else for your turn?
I don't think I can get all the way there for a charge. No, I think I'm good. That's it. I end my turn.
Let's go, Cannon. Arxkiss, it is your turn.
Dope. I want to do this. Let's hit a 3rd level ray of sickness on our giant ogre buddy Gnarl.
All right. Ray of Sickness. Roll to hit.
Nine.
9 plus 5. You will hit.
Dope. And then damage. 24. 3 8s on 3d8s.
Let's go. 24 points of damage. Describe what this ray of sickness looks like.
About the color of my skin. Kind of like a tie-dye lava lamp looking thing, but looking at it makes you feel uneasy and ill.
Let's go. They got to make a Constitution saving throw to see if they are poisoned or not. This is going to be close. This is going to be close. Con save from them is a +4, so that is a 14. What is your spell save DC? con save of 13. It will succeed. It will not be poisoned.
Nope, it's Constitution +5. Savings Constitution +5.
No, your spell save DC is a 13. If you look and you click on the spell of Raise Sickness, you can go down to see your save.
Nope, got it. I'm looking at the wrong thing. You're right.
As it almost has to take a knee as you inflict massive damage. You can see blackness in its veins. Anything else for your turn?
No.
All right. Man, after you've worked it over, man, Godwin's gonna swing twice. Uh-oh, we lost Reck.
I logged out. 1 second.
What's your account number, Reck? There we go. Boom, we got you back.
Welcome back.
Godwin smash. He's going to use his Warhammer. He's going to swing twice. +7 on both of these. One-handed. Let's go. Let's do this thing. Ah, let's go, baby. Net 20. All right. Godwin's going to get 8. Plus another 8. 16 plus 4. After taking that punishment, there's no doubt that he's gonna go for a searing smite on top of it. As his hammer lights up, glowing red hot, as if it just came from the forge. It's gonna add an extra D6 onto it of 4 fire damage for a total of 24. As he slams that hammer in, as he's partially leaned over, just cracking his neck down. It looks like he's just hanging on by a thread. I'm gonna swing again.
Nice and clean, nice and clean.
Come on, baby. Ah, let's go! Damage not needed with 1 hit point left. Godwin drops the hammer on a heavily weakened Gnarl. As he crumples and hits the ground. Ah! Godwin just screaming out and immediately bringing up his shield. I'm gonna go and walk carefully back. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna hold my shield up. I don't care how mad it is. I'm not backing myself up across this board. I'm not going into the drink today. I'm just gonna hold where I'm at with my shield up. End of my turn. Caius, it is your turn. You may start at the front of the bridge if you wish.
I gotta think about what I want to do now, because now homeboy's dead.
Right?
Okay.
We do have to go kill a Goblin King.
We do, but I might fall through the bridge.
I mean, any of us could fall through the bridge.
I'm one of them. But screw it. Yeah, I'll go on the bridge. Why not? Heck, might as well.
And you do still have your javelins.
I do, but I can't reach the goblin.
They do have
yet.
full cover right now. It would take a nat 20 to hit them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna attempt to cross the bridge.
All right, give me a dexterity. I'm sorry, acrobatics check.
Oh, let's go! All worried.
I cartwheel across the bridge.
All worried for nothing.
So you can use your maximum movement. If you're not going to attack, you're going to be able to go, I think you can move 40 feet per round? Or can you only move 30?
It's only 30.
Only 30? If you dash, you can make it all the way up to here. That will consume your action though.
Yeah, actually, I'm fine with that because I still can't hit with my javelin from where I'm going to be 30 feet, but at 60 feet, I should be able to. Yeah. So.
All right, go ahead and move your token up that way.
It's right here, right?
Yep.
Cool.
All right. End of your turn, Dune.
Yes. Yes. I don't think I have any extra like movements like length, don't I? I can only move my 30 originally.
You can
So if I
dash and
dash-
double that and go 60, and you can be where Caius is at right now. And that consumes your bonus action.
Trying to think if there's any other way to get across. I don't think so.
Oh, I mean, the closest is go halfway and then, make your jump over the southern tower.
We saw what happened last time I tried to make a jump, and like,
Hey,
just
throwing it out there for you.
No, I know.
Just throwing it out there. Can't jump to the northern tower.
I also don't know like how strong goblins are in general, and like 3 of them may be a little much.
How many 6-year-olds can you take with daggers?
The answer is I actually don't know.
None.
None.
Absolutely none. He'll catch his reflection in his daggers and they'll stab him in his ankles.
6th grader.
Like, I like to keep my Achilles, like
6-year-old with a dagger period is a very loose situation.
I got there.
All right, go ahead.
okay.
And move.
I think we just dash.
All right, go ahead. Place yourself up there.
Oh,
Don't have to roll for it. You're good.
that's right, because I'm the rogue. Cool. Ending turn. Yes.
Jada will continue to hold his action next to the cart. Gnarl is done, out of the initiative. Seeing Caius run up first, King Moxley is going to fire off a bolt in your direction.
Good luck.
Oh,
That's cruel.
Are you kidding?
And unusual. All right, that is going to
That was a
be
1. I don't know. I don't care what anyone says.
Someone shook the table.
2d10. 9. 10 points of fire damage rains down from the top of the tower.
Now will be sacrifice!
End of their turn. You're close enough now. On the southern side, the head of a goblin captain pops up, screaming in gibberish. You see a fire is lit as each of those goblins light their arrows. First fire arrow shoots in over towards you, Caius. Dirty 20 to hit. It'll do 4 points of piercing damage and 5 points of fire damage. Next arrow is going to come in over at you, Dune. I don't believe a 9's going to hit.
13.
Arrow's going to go back at Godwin. It will not hit as well. Simile, back up top. It is your turn.
Okay, so everyone's behind these fortified walls, yeah. Is there really no likelihood, unless I get nat 20s, that I can hit them from my position?
With full cover, they're getting a massive boost to their AC. I will, since you've rolled a nat 20 now, let me calculate what that is for these goblins. It's going to be close. It is a very difficult shot.
Is someone behind cover or just in the tower?
King Moxley is currently only partially covered. Let's see here. Total cover can't be hit at all. So technically right now they are in total cover. King Moxley has half cover.
Well, he's within my range, so I think I'm gonna fire on him.
Yeah, you get that longbow.
I do. All right, let's see. Great. Does 8 hit?
8 does not hit. 8 plus 7, so that's a 15. With her half cover, does not
So when
hit.
do I add that 7?
7 you add every time you roll your d20 with a bow.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't hit. I load up another arrow and I take another shot at him.
Brutal. It's just too far out of distance
It is.
as they stick to the tower.
Okay. Well, okay, then I'm just going to... No, that's it. You know what? No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm going to use my Misty Steps. Is that 30?
Yeah, so you could travel, direct like that with your Misty Step and get on the bridge from right there and still use your movement, which I believe is 30 feet.
Okay.
Or, I mean,
So,
okay.
Or?
I was just gonna say, I don't think, like, if you're gonna be theoretically using a Misty Step during this encounter, you just run to the bridge, take your next action to run to the bridge again, and, like, then get on top of where the
But that would be
are.
meta, and we don't know what Simile wants to do.
Exactly. I agree. I'm just pointing out that
Is my movement's only 30 though? It's the same as the Misty.
No, your
Wait, what is my
your movement's higher.
Like
you have
60
40
or something?
You have 40 feet of movement.
40.
So you have a total of 70 to choose from right now. Misty Step you could move as the crow flies. If you were to just race down to the bridge, I have let everyone else have their choice of using that, but you held position up here, so that's not the case.
Okay.
Let's see here. It'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So I'm going to ping it. You would be able to get right here.
And Misty Step I can only use once per episode?
Yeah.
Or once ever?
That was once ever from the egg, unless you take it as a spell.
Okay, well then I'm just going to move the 40 feet. It was right here, correct?
Yeah.
Great. End the turn there.
All right. Before the goblins to the north re-notch their arrows, you see another goblin pop up in the back. As it raises its head. As you can see, extra special armaments being added on, layers of barbs in a new set of arrows that's now sticking out of the two other slots. First arrow comes in at you, Dune. 13 will not hit, will it? Second one coming in at Caius.
well, it should be my armor class is 13, so a matching doesn't hit, right?
Matching does hit.
Okay, matching hits then. Yes.
You'll take 11 points of piercing damage as you're stuck with this jagged, barbed arrow. At the end of their turn, you guys look out and you can see Moxley conjuring something with his hands
Oh god.
as a small cloud
This song
begins
slaps.
to develop. As it encompasses over the bridge.
You know, that really hurt.
In a 20-foot radius centered around Caius and Dune. An ice storm begins to erupt. As jagged elemental chunks of ice crash down, you both need to make dexterity saving throws.
I'll go first.
Oh, darling.
There it is for the evening, chat.
That's your one.
He catches his reflection in the ice.
No, I just got stabbed by a giant arrow. Thank you very much.
Caius will fail as well.
Well,
As that ice rains down. On both of you. Knocking you to the ground, sliding. Taking massive damage. Pieces of the bridge breaking away and down. We will have you guys both take damage and make dexterity life-saving throws next week.
wow.
At least I wasn't the only one.
Yeah, it was evenly. You let other people have the ones this time. Thank you for that, Paul.
Maybe one day you'll positively contribute to combat.
There's always hope.
Oh.
I've contributed to other things, just not combat. I also haven't been able to do rogue things because we're fighting in giant open spaces.
Yeah, the one time
well,
you tried
Yeah,
to rogue.
let's stealth across that bridge.
You
That'll work.
need a crossbow.
I do.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I mean, if I survive.
I'm over here. I got a fucking shopping list I gotta make when I get back to camp. I got crossbows. I got masks.
Like I gotta build a strap. I need to make some arrows on the way. I gotta. Oh my God.
It's not a hanging bridge. It's a wooden bridge.
We get to go right in the thick of it next week.
Starting off with some dexterity throws. Really just getting right into it.
I mean, like, if I hadn't rolled a 1, I have a +5. Like, I probably would have been fine. Anything but, like, you know, a mid, like a low. Like, you know, it could have been somewhat okay. But no.
Hey, at least you're not on the bridge alone.
Well, yes.
There are people on their way.
Yes.
So there is hope for you
I
yet.
just
And
hope
you
that
have
I
not
don't-
rolled.
I just hope I don't die. Because that arrow was, like, all the damage ever.
You hope you don't die again.
Yeah, that damage roll from Ice Storm is going to be real.
Well, I only have 12 hit points left.
25, I'll be alright.
Oh, you'll be fine. I know you'll be fine. And Godwin's right there. Like, I think I'll be okay. As long as, like, we don't fall.
I mean, if you go unconscious before you make a dexterity saving throw, could be rough.
Oh God.
Oh, 100%.
Huh.
Could be rough.
I mean, realistically, this is just the universe trying to take back the body that Godwin stole in the first place.
Honestly, this is like a Final Destination style, you know.
Oh.
You know, I bet if we just killed the Aesmere, the natural order would be fortuitous and
Aren't you
and
the one who
reward
brought him
us.
back? Aren't you the one who brought him back?
No, Godwin's the
No,
one that brought
I
him
brought
back.
I
No,
brought him
that's
back.
right. That's
I
right.
brought him
That's
back.
right. No, you took him out the first time.
Yeah, I
only
slapped him with the ray of.
I only attempted to take him out. Would that I could, you know?
It's okay.
Hey, good job. You guys did a massive amount of damage to that ogre.
That was impressive.
It was a good ray of sickness. Otherwise, my ass is going back. If you don't drop the hammer on him, I'm gonna take my chances with that attack of opportunity and wait for the crew.
I like that played out like a little movie in my head. Someday we'll look back at this and we'll be like, we're gonna make that a little mini movie video.
Oh, little.
It's already there in my brain.
Watch exactly. Just watch Alex's tiefling. Just be like,
As each episode plays out, it's then stored in my memory as this little, you know.
It's the best part of
Image, I love
D&D,
it.
guys. Oh, I love it. Paul, closing
Guys.
as always.
thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you've enjoyed all the 1s, all the 20s, and everything in between. We'll be back next week, as always. Come Tuesday, right here, 7 p.m. You can catch tomorrow the boys doing their character creation and finishing that up for their campaign right here, again at 7. And then come Sunday, you'll catch another D&D campaign. And the rest of the week, like I said earlier, we have Kyle A. Bear doing Dragon Ball things with us everywhere. Have a good one, and we'll catch y'all later.
Much love, everybody. Be good. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Much love, everybody.